What's going on, guys? It's Eric again, back with another video. I don't have my camera out here to do an actual better video than what it is here. I just got my webcam up here. But I kind of wanted to talk about the Lions and the Falcons game, the second preseason game of 2025. Today is the 10th of August of 2025. And I see today on the Detroit News website here that Morice Norris, he took that nasty hit. I seen a couple of images on Twitter, and well, it's called X, but I'm going to call it Twitter, and a couple of other images from a couple of other sites that were able to publish the hit and kind of freeze frame it right at that point. And man, that was a vicious hit he took. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's not more serious than what it is. I will give it that. He took a nasty hit, guys, and the Detroit News says he's back at the Lions training facility today. And today, as I said, being the 10th of August, which I thought he had neck injury or a spine injury or something, some other injury. But when I seen after the next day where people were talking about it, and he'd said he has use of his extremities, he can wiggle his toes, he can wiggle his fingers, do all that stuff. I figured, well, it must be not as serious as what we all first thought. So my condolences and a big shout out to the Lions and the Falcons medical personnel out there, and to the Grady that ambulance out there that took him right to the facility after working on him for 20 minutes. I'm sure it was probably get him stabilized, get him on the gurney, get him on the bed, and put him in the back of the ambulance, all that sort of stuff. So they really, for a head injury like that, they don't want you to move your head around or really anything. They want you to be in one spot for the entire ride. So got to shout out both of those, and technically all three, with the Grady Medical Center there and the ambulance that took him to him. Everyone in there is. I'm very glad to see that. Very glad to see that. So, all right, on to the game here now. I thought the offense and the defense played much, much better today. The running game started coming around for Detroit. I don't have any stats up here. I probably should have brought the stats up here when I'm doing a video like this. But, yeah, it was clear as day the offense was better. The defense was better, although quarterback play is still a little still suspect. Let me put it that way. Henden Hooker still needs work. The clear winner today was Kyle Allen. I thought he did very, very well for his second outing. Henden Hooker kind of still has the dropsies when he's when he's getting pressured and gets the ball stripped too easy. Got to work on that. But I mean, if Jared Goff goes down, the Lions season's pretty much over with anyway, whoever they put in there, because there's going to be a night and day difference between the first and the second string quarterback, whether it's Kyle Allen, whether it's Henden Hooker, or whether it's somebody else they bring in. I'm kind of speaking to that here too. I want to see the final game with Henden Hooker. I do want to see that. I want him to still be on the team. I want to see how he does. You can put him in either the first half or the second half. Same with Kyle Allen, and see how he turns himself around in the third game. How he handles himself. It's clear that he needs ball security training, especially when he's getting pressured. Maybe the Lions will work on that this week. That's probably one of the things they'll work on. I'm hoping they'll work on. Let me put it that way. And that is if they don't cut Henden Hooker. I haven't seen any cut list yet or anything yet. I don't know when that comes out here either. I'm still trying to get back into the groove of doing all this stuff. I probably said Eric at the Lions fan right at the beginning of the video, but oh well. That's who the Michigan Sports Hub is what it is. Anyway, just put Henden Hooker back out there and see what he does. And then if you still have the dropsies, and if you're still thinking, they probably need to go a different way, well, then release him. It was the Henden Hooker pickup was a real head scratcher. Even when Brad Holmes, I gotta do something with my glasses here. I always feel like I'm touching my glasses. Anyway, going off on a tangent again. I feel that the Henden Hooker pickup was an odd one at that, because you already had I thought you already had your pretty good security at your first and your second and your third string quarterbacks. It just seemed kind of odd that they would pick up Henden Hooker, who had a great college career, and I was like, all my friends kind of looked at each other and were like, what just happened here? We got Henden Hooker, anyway, but it's clear that he still needs work. Maybe the Lions are going to try to do that. I don't know if they're going to cut him. I don't know if they're going to keep him on. Maybe he'll end up being the third string quarterback. I don't know the answer to those questions because I'm not part of the team facility. I just watch the games and kind of give you guys my thoughts. Seeing Ronnie Bell out there, surprised to see him. I thought he got picked up by somebody like the Steelers or something, some other team. I was surprised to see him today. I thought Rathledge played pretty good. I thought the offensive line played well. Played much better than they did last week against the Chargers. And the defense. The defense played well, too. That run defense was pretty good. I'll give it to them that way. It was pretty good. But again, you're talking about second and third and possibly fourth string practice squad players. They're playing there. But still, Dan and the coaching staff, I'm sure we're hearing it too. I'm sure they were hearing the grumblings of like, man, that was a terrible first game. And I'm sure they corrected a lot of things. I'm sure they got into people's faces being like, hey, what the hell is this? Kind of all that sort of stuff in the film room, all that sort of stuff. I'm sure they probably got a tongue lashing all last week from Dan and the coaching staff, and deservedly so. From the Falcons game to from the Chargers game to the Falcons game was a night and day difference. I really can't believe kind of what I saw. I was like, is this the same team from the first week? The same set of players? That's kind of how it was. But I thought it was a very, very good game. Very good game for the Lions and for the Falcons too. The Falcons played well too. I'll give the Falcons practice squad second and third string credit too. They played well too. The Lions kind of were back on their heels at some points of the game. But the big thing is Henden Hooker and his fumbles when he's under pressure. I thought he didn't make a good run there, that one run. He has to learn how to slide too. Let's put it that way. He has to learn how to slide when he scrambles so he doesn't get blown up. He still needs to learn that, but that's probably something. It's probably I'm sorry, I got a little popcorn thing in the back of my throat here. But anyway, so you don't get blown up for when you start running the football and you start scrambling. That's the big thing with Henden Hooker. So there's really two things: ball security when you're under pressure and you're trying to make a play, and the second one is when you have to learn how to slide so you don't get blown up. Because you're a runner at that point, and once you're a runner, you have free reign until you slide. So and if you do get hit, it's a personal foul and a 15-yard penalty. So the officiating, I thought, there was some points that were kind of ticky-tacky on, like that one from, I can't remember who the line was, that kind of scraped his face mask in the side of his helmet. I didn't think that warranted a penalty. I think on some of those things they have to put a judgment call in on. They just can't throw the flag kind of willy-nilly. Oh, his pinky hit the face mask, so we got to throw a flag. I know I'm kind of exaggerating here a little bit, but I feel like that's what's kind of going on right now, where the flags are just ticky-tacky a little bit, or the penalties are kind of ticky-tacky a little bit. They don't take into consideration what's actually physically going on the field there. So. But overall, guys, I'm pretty pleased with what I saw today. I was very pleased with what I saw. Hopefully they can bring this in. I don't know who their next opponent is. Hopefully that on the third week of this NFL preseason, we'll be able to get a real good idea of who's going to be on the team and who's not. Teasla, I thought he looked good too. The wide receiver core looked good. Craig Reynolds, I think Craig Reynolds is going to make the team. I know he's out there with the second, third, fourth stringers, but I think he's a lock for one of the running backs. I don't think anybody else is gonna take him out of his spot. They'll probably be at 3 running backs, maybe 4. But we'll see. We'll see about that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think right down there in the comments section. What did I miss? I'm sure I missed something. What do you guys think of the game? Do you guys, or are you pleased with what you saw like you were with me, or are you kind of disappointed in some areas, or did you think the game sucked? I think if you guys think the game sucked, we're on different ends of the spectrum here. But yeah, both teams played well. Both teams played very well today, especially the run defense. That's what I was really pleased with as a Lions fan. So let me know what you guys think right down there in the comment section. Like I said, cut criticisms, what you guys saw of the game. Also, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button so you guys get more videos just like this one. All right, guys, I'm going to clean up here a little bit. Lines, it's going on almost 11 o'clock here on a Sunday. Got to get this edited and put up so you guys see it on Monday. I did say I was going to get it on Sunday, but I don't think that's going to make it. Anyway, guys, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys.